From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode,
we're meeting this month's Vendor of the Month. We stopped by Mid-State Procurement Conference to find out more about the Launchpad to success and see how Biocrossroads is driving the life sciences industry growth and innovation in Indiana.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com.
To get things started, we're meeting this month's Vendor of the Month for Indianapolis. The Office of Minority and Women Business Development named the civil engineering company JQOL the vendor for April. We were there as Director David Fredericks and Indianapolis-Marion County Councilor Dan Boots made the presentation to owner Jarvis Joyner, who founded the firm in 2019 with the goal of improving the quality of life through its work.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Getting started.
Hi, I'm Jarvis Joyner, President and Founder of JQOL Quality of Life, with a vision of improving the quality of life. We're here at our office. We've been established in 2019, and I've been in space about a year and a half. Let's just rewind it 5 years ago when I first launched this business out of my basement. I knew there was a different way we can do engineering, a way we can just change people's lives. And so me, myself, and my computer, we said, hey, let's go ahead and start a new engineering firm. And since then, we've been able to grow to 55 people. I have office in Indianapolis, Owensboro, and Louisville. Our core service areas are surveying, structural engineering, construction inspection, landscape architecture, and construction administration. Probably my entire life, probably about fifth grade when I decided I wanted to become a civil engineer. And every step I took throughout my life, from going to John Marshall Middle School to going to Brebeuf to going to Purdue to my first internship and jobs after that, continually led to, quality of life. Civil engineers, I get to tell my staff, I said, we get to play Sim City, we get to build cities, which is so exciting. Well, I like to say that, I use an example, when you wake up in the morning, you turn your water on. Well, we help bring water to your bring water to you. Then the transportation network, the roads, the highways, the bridges, we help build those and design them for people to come. Then when you get to the place, that sense of work, that environment, that building, all those different aspects are things that civil engineers touch on a daily basis. And that's why the quality of life is so important, because we have the resources in Indiana, we have the resources in Indianapolis, where we can grow and build these different things to have a great environment. I will say that business ownership, there's a lot of highs and lows every single day. There's times you want to cry and there's times you want to succeed. But I would say JQL's success is because of the strong network and partnership that I have built over the last 20 plus years in industry. Where when I first launched, there were people that came out and said, how can I help? How can I help be a part of? How can I help you be successful? And as much as I want to say I take all the credit, it's from my community and the partners that helped us grow, to help us do library projects, to help us be on the school projects, to say, hey, I want to help become part of JQOL. And so the whole community is really what really helps JQOL become what it is, how we've gone from 1 to 55 people and continue to expand and grow. And being a business owner is fun, but it's a greater responsibility that you have. Now you're responsible for individual people's lives, their kids' lives, their family. And so although we are improving the quality of life outside, it's the quality of life inside JQO, which makes us so special. Our benefits from just having unlimited FTO, being a flexible work environment, having an environment that's accessible where you can have true out-of-the-box thinking and grow, and knowing that we can do something different. When someone says, oh, we've always done it this way, challenge them, whether it's from internal or external. And that's what makes it so special here. It means a lot because there are thousands, if not more, small businesses to have this opportunity. And if I believe so, it's only 12 selected each year. to be one of those 12 to be recognized from the city is so important to me. I think that greater responsibility as an engineer, as a young black engineer, that you can do something special, that there are people that continue to support you. And not only through our projects, it's through our education aspects, the scholarships that JQO has started, the partnership we have with the universities, the schools, the NEPIs. Those are all different aspects that go into us becoming Vendor of the Month. Some of the community things that we do, we've been able to create a scholarship for Marion University called the Jarvis Joyner and JQO Quality of Life, where a young student from Indianapolis is able to go, and that's a perpetual scholarship that we've created. We've also have done scholarship programs and internships with MEPI, Minority Engineering Program in Indianapolis. We're involved in so many other organizations, from PAWS. Also sit on the board of directors for Purdue School of Civil Engineering. So all those different aspects are a way that we are creating another aspect for younger generations to know that it's possible, the possibility for them to become engineers, to be involved with STEM, or even to have their own businesses someday. As people search for their purpose in life, and we all do, we continue to search purposeful. I say I had my midlife crisis early. I started a company. But the most purpose is that each and every aspect we do at JQO, we are affecting so many different people. For instance, today we had a groundbreaking at Broad Ripple Middle School, being able to bring schools back on board. We've gotten an award for Northview Middle School, the design and construction of that project, the libraries that we've been able to design to help kids actually read. Those different things change communities that people continue to see every single day. That's why we say we're a community-based organization, and we're not just, we don't accept any and every project. Our project has to be core to our true fundamental values. We call them THINK, and it's a fun, integrity, quality, and commitment. With fun being, it's at the end of the headline of it is because we spend a lot of our lives at work with our coworkers. So how do we continue to create that environment? But this award means so much to me, for me and my family. I'd love to get a selfish shout out to my mother, which she's been an inspiration to my life. She's a captain on the police force that's going to be retiring, but her inspiration and duty that she's given back to the public is a way that I want to also mirror that image.
Time to talk about accessing capital on business equity and opportunities. Demetrius Glover is the president and CEO of Mid-State's Minority Supplier Development Council. We caught up with him at this year's annual procurement conference to find out more about Mid-State's mission to strengthen collaboration between organizations and minority-owned businesses.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Access to capital.
Hello, I'm Dr. Demetrius Glover, President and CEO of the Mid-States Minority Supplier Development Council. We're at the 2024 Annual Procurement Conference for the Mid-States Minority Supplier Development Council. We are the regional affiliate of the National Minority Supplier Development Council. Our goal is to connect our member corporations with minority-owned businesses and to help those corporations improve their supplier diversity outcomes and diversify their supply chains. We've been around for 50 years. Literally in 2026, we celebrate our 50th anniversary. Supply diversity was actually created by the Nixon administration. So we've been around for a long time, and it's been important for a long time. I think it's increased its relevance to people as diversity, equity, and inclusion has become a more relevant topic. And I'd say that supplier diversity is a key aspect of how you achieve the equity piece in a diversity, equity, inclusion program, because you're working with diverse people and you're putting real money, real opportunity in diverse populations. I would say interest in it has become more intensified. And in one sense, there's more intense interest in doing it, and there's also more intense interest in fighting it. So we've seen in the news that diversity is under attack, or DEI is under attack, supplier diversity is under attack. And so one, there's a side that's trying to do it with more intensity, more fervor, and then there's also a side trying to dismantle it and bring it down. So in the standard DEI space of workforce, workplace, diverse, inclusive cultures, that has been proven many times over to be more beneficial to businesses. By bringing in diverse populations, including them into your corporate space, including that alternate voice, you actually create more opportunity to be a more successful business, a more productive business, and to give your organization more opportunities to win. In the supplier diversity space, it's also a way to increase diversification in the supply chain, but also a way to innovate into the supply chain. So sometimes it's the diverse vendor who's providing a unique product or a unique alternative to something that might be a standard product. So one of the things is helping organizations understand that when you come to an event like this and you're meeting with corporations, then you want to be prepared to meet. So you want to have an elevator speech. You want to know how to quickly explain what you do, how you do it. You want to have a quality or a capability statement ready to hand out. So you have to be ready to make that good first impression when you come to one of these things. Sometimes we do training, and if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready kind of session. So you come here and you are ready. But also in the moment, we also have things like pitch competitions and other activities where then we can have and demonstrate businesses who show that they're ready to present themselves to corporations. For our pitch competition, that we are bringing 30, 40, 50 major corporations to one space. So how often do you have the opportunity to come to one location, give one pitch, and present yourself to 50 corporations? So that's a unique opportunity that we offer. The other thing is that whether you win or lose, you've presented your options. One of the things that caught my interest yesterday is one of the companies that pitched in our pitch competition yesterday. Although they did not win, they didn't even place. But as they walked off the stage, 3 different businesses went up to them and said, "We need your card, we need to talk to you, we want to work with you or talk about working with you in the future." So just by pitching, created opportunity. So what I would say today was one of the unique things we did is we actually made sure that almost every presentation, every panel provided some level of information that would make you better informed about the realities of doing supplier diversity, whether that be a diverse business and how you prepare yourself, how you pursue business, or even as a corporation, how do you protect your desire to support supplier diversity in a world where supplier diversity is to some degree under attack. And so I would hope that anyone leaves this conference more knowledgeable about supplier diversity than when they came. The second thing is that we also created a lot of opportunity for people to network and meet and connect with one another. So I hope that next year we've got a list of success stories to talk about. People came here, they met, they made contacts, and went forward. And then one thing I also want to add that we did that is also unique here is we actually had a reverse pitch competition. So usually pitch competitions, you have the diverse businesses pitch to the corporations. This time we actually had corporations pitch to the diverse suppliers. And the reality is that if everyone tries to max out their supply diversity goals, there aren't always enough diverse businesses that have the scale and capacity to do work for everybody. So to some degree, diverse businesses, they have to be aggressive, but also they have to be selective. They have to make sure they're pursuing the right partner and they take the right opportunity, or it can be detrimental to their business. So to some degree, corporations are also competing for the diverse business, competing for the diverse partners. And so having corporations say, these are our opportunities, but also these are our programs, these are our payment terms, these are our policies. Are they an attractive candidate for a diverse vendor? And so we did that here too. So I would hope that one, our corporations found diverse partners that they can work with, but also we hope that our diverse partners found corporations that are good targets for them to try to work with and to become partners with. So this has been a pretty good 2 days that the energy, I would also say the information. We had some very powerful stories told here. To some degree, when you're the CEO and you kind of have to trust the team, the staff, and just say, I have some general ideas of what we're going to put on, but then to see what actually was presented at this conference in the last 2 days has been very impactful. I'd say I've learned myself things, I think I know supplier diversity, and I'm leaving knowing more than when I showed up. And so I think that others hopefully get that same perspective. And then for me also, I also get some incentive on, hey, these are what other things we could do. Because I'm talking to our member corporations and our certified MBEs, and sometimes I've just asked them, what else do you want to see from Mid-States? How can we help you? How can we help your corporation? How can we improve your supply diversity outcomes? So I've gotten a lot of feedback today too, based on either what they've seen, what they've heard, and also how we can serve them better.
Vince Wong is the president and CEO of Biocrossroads, the initiative of the Central Indiana Corporate Partnership, created to support and encourage new business development in Indiana's life sciences sector. Areas include pharmaceuticals, medical devices, biomedical technology, and more, all dedicated to improving life.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Industry Focus.
So life sciences, broadly speaking, is anything that is used to treat and manage a human disease. And so when we think about life sciences from a product perspective, they are things that you might take. Cold medicine is a product of life science, or a cancer medication is a product of life science research and development and production, but also diagnostics as well. So, when someone is not feeling well, you need to find out what is wrong and what's going on with that patient. And so there are products in the diagnostics realm to identify and help healthcare professionals identify what is going on with that patient. And then when someone's put on a particular therapy, like a medication or a device to help treat and manage that disease, those are also products that are coming out of life sciences. So it's a broad umbrella that speaks to really the research, development, and ultimately production, manufacturing, and commercialization of products that help human health. Right now, Indiana is a life science leader. We are number 2 exporter of life science products in the country. We're number 1 exporter of pharmaceutical products in the country. But certainly, pretty much every state is trying to develop their own life science sector, because what does that mean? It means high wage jobs. And so we certainly cannot be resting on our laurels. We have to continue to look out ahead and say, okay, what do we need to continue to do from a capacity building, from a workforce development perspective, from an environment perspective, to make sure that companies that are here can thrive and grow. And also, it's an attractive place for new companies to come and either start here or plant the flag here. Biocrossroads, we've been around for over 25 years, and we are a consortium of all of the stakeholders that are relevant for life sciences. So we bring together individuals and organizations from the private sector, so the major corporations like Roche, Elanco, Eli Lilly, Cook Medical, Zimmer Biomet are members of our organization, in addition to the major research universities, so Purdue, IU School of Medicine, University of Notre Dame. They're also part of our ecosystem. And then we also bring to bear other nonprofits and also governmental organizations as well. And so what we're trying to do is we are a convener of all these stakeholders to try to make sure that we have a unified strategy to grow and enable the robust ecosystem of life sciences here in Indiana. I think there's 2 challenges with regard to workforce and talent development here in Indiana that is going to be important for us to solve to help enable the great opportunities we have for growth here in Indiana. One is continuing to attract and retain talent around the research and development disciplines. So how do we make sure that we have an environment that can keep and retain and attract the brightest minds to help us discover that next product, right? Help us understand deep insights into disease biology, what is actually driving a particular disease, and what are some maybe new pathways to develop therapies to address those diseases. And then downstream from the research and development area is we need to have people to be able to make these products, and so manufacturing. And we are projected to have a shortage of about 2,500 to 3,700 manufacturing jobs in life sciences every year for the next 10 years that needs to be filled. and we need to create a pipeline of individuals to fill those roles in order for us to realize the full growth potential of our sector here just in Indiana. There is a big focus right now, both at the industry level and also at the governmental level, to bring back manufacturing capabilities to the United States. So the pandemic really exposed the frailty of the life science value chain and supply chain, and that actually, trying to get products from overseas back into the United States that people rely on for their health became a real challenge during the pandemic. And so now there's a big effort to make investments here in the U.S. to make products here locally to really reduce that risk. And so there's great opportunity right now for those that are interested in getting into manufacturing of life science products to have the right level of experience to go and pursue those opportunities to fulfill that need and demand. I think that's the opportunity we have, is to do a better job of storytelling around why Indiana. I think we are one of the best kept secrets in life sciences, based on all the assets that we have. We have 3 R1 universities. Again, have centers of excellence in orthopedics and in radiopharmaceuticals, in areas of like cardiometabolic disease, et cetera, contract manufacturing. We just have to do a better job of telling that story and letting people know that we are a center of gravity and excellence in these key areas, and you should come here to really be part of that ecosystem that's so talented and has such great potential. And so we do have a job to do with regard to telling our story in a more effective and a broader way, and so that people not only within the United States but also even globally know that we're open for business, and we're a great place to both start a business and raise a family.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV, or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunity Show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at BEOshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.